Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, this is David Benjamin from HealthyWildAndFree.com. Today I want to talk to you about why you should avoid processed meat and how it affects your health and what you can do instead. I am not a vegan, nor am I a vegetarian. I do eat meat. I just eat a lot less meat than most people, and when I do eat meat, I'm very particular about what meat that I eat. So with that being said, there's a lot of reasons why you should avoid processed meat. Now, what is processed meat? What is the definition of processed meat? Processed meat is meat that has been packaged, that is preserved, and that is, really any fast food meat is processed meat as well. It's packaged, preserved, and then they just take it out and then cook it and make it look really crispy and delicious on a commercial or something. But processed meat, just any fast food meat. Tyson is all processed meat. Basically anything you buy at your grocery store is going to be processed meat, and that even includes the natural meats, and I'll get into that later in this video. But there's a lot of reasons why you should avoid processed meat, so I'm just going to go through them really quickly and then give you alternatives at the end of this video. So first things first, the British Medical Association and Harvard had studies done with people eating processed meat, and they both concluded that people that ate processed meat were double as likely to develop cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Let me say that again. That was Skype in the background. The risk of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes doubled for those that ate processed meat versus those that did not. So that's a huge reason right there. Cancer is the #2 killer in America. Heart disease is the #1 killer. So the #1 and #2 killer, your risk of dying of those getting those diseases doubles. And then diabetes, which is still probably on that list, and it definitely affects your quality of life on a day-to-day basis, is on that list as well. So that comes from the British Medical Association and Harvard both. So if you don't want to die early from heart disease, cancer, or get diabetes, it's best to avoid processed meat. So that's one reason. Beyond that, there are many, many, many reasons that I could go on for a long time, but there is an article about this on HealthyWildAndFree.com, so I will link that up below, along with another video showing more information that's really shocking and really interesting, so please check out that article, read that, and watch that video right below this video. A few other reasons I highly recommend avoiding processed meat beyond those three reasons is processed meat is mainly or primarily genetically modified. So genetically modified meat or genetically modified food is fed to animals that are then obviously slaughtered, and processed meat comes from them. So we're talking pigs, cows, chickens, things like animals like that, fish. They are fed genetically modified soy, genetically modified grains that are genetically modified. Genetically modified foods contain glyphosate, which is a known toxin and disruptor to human health and well-being in many ways, especially to gut health. And beyond that, these animals are also pumped with steroids and hormones for growth. And they're also given antibiotics for their diseases. So these animals are essentially treated like allopathic medicine treats its patients. And what happens? They become sicker, fatter, and they die sooner. That's why we see huge cows, huge chickens. We see all these crazy things online is because these animals are given steroids, hormones, antibiotics, and all these different things. So these animals are eating an unhealthy diet. They're sick. They're unhealthy. Their gut pH, their gut, they have not a non-symbiosis or dysbiosis, I think that's a word, of gut bacterial balance. So they have a lot of bad bacteria in their guts and not a lot of good bacteria, which is probiotics and things like that. So these animals are just sick. They're unhealthy. So do you think that an unhealthy animal is going to affect your health when you eat it? Yes. Obviously, yes. So these animals are eating genetically modified foods, hormones, steroids, gut pH, antibiotics, all these things. What happens when you eat that animal? You're getting what they're getting. So they're eating GMOs. You're getting those GMOs. They are pumped with antibiotics and steroids and hormones. Your body is ingesting those antibiotics and those steroids and those hormones, which then causes a bacterial disruption in your gut. It harms the good bacteria, and it helps the bad bacteria, which is what you do not want. So it's bad for your gut health, bad for your immunity. The steroids and hormones affect your hormones, so your hormone imbalance can come from eating those meats. and then you're eating genetically modified food that's been, an animal that's been fed genetically modified foods, which means glyphosate and all these other toxic chemicals and things are in that as well, so you're getting that in your gut and in your body. So it doesn't make sense. And then beyond that, once the animal's killed, there's a preservation process where they preserve the meat, so they can use, actually, believe it or not, carbon monoxide, which I'm sure you've heard of before. It's poisonous. They use that in the preservation process to maintain meat's color, and that causes headaches, muscle aches, fatigue, pain, all these different things. So by eating processed meat, what you're doing is you're disrupting your bacterial balance in your gut, you're disrupting your immunity, you're ingesting antibiotics, steroids, and hormones unknowingly, and you're also ingesting chemical byproducts of genetically modified food, because that's in the animal's body, it's getting in your body as well. So with that being said, processed meat is crap. Avoid all fast food meats, avoid chicken nuggets, avoid all this crap, Tyson meats, all that crap, and stick to organic free-range meat if you do choose to eat meat. I recommend eating less meat, whoever you are, wherever you are. Generally speaking, even if it's a healthy, high-quality meat, even free-range bison, things like that, deer, the wild meats, those are better than the domesticated meats, because those animals are much healthier. Think of a wild human being. Think of someone living in the wild, living in nature, eating wild foods, raw foods, getting sunshine and being really healthy. Those human beings are much healthier, so those animals are much healthier also, so those meats are the healthiest. With that being said, though, I recommend most people eat less meat, because meat is heavy, it's a protein, it's dense, and your body does have a difficult time digesting it, more so than fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are the easiest to digest, and they're quick energy, there's very rich in micronutrients. Meat is valuable in certain ways, and protein is valuable, but protein I don't think is as valuable as micronutrients based on the research that I've done. So eat less meat overall, but improve the quality of the meats that you're eating. So with that being said, I recommend avoiding all fast food. Just avoid it. There are a few fast food kind of restaurants starting that are serving organic food, which is absolutely freaking awesome. I'm really excited about that. And those places are great. Why not? Some on the West Coast, some on the East Coast. Not so much on the Midwest yet, so we're kind of waiting for those a little bit starting up. But with that being said, there are literally probably 20 plus reasons why you should avoid processed meat, and they're all at the article right below this video. So please check out that article. It's going to give you more reasons and help you understand the complexity of meat processing, the meat business, and what goes into that processed meat. So check out that article below. Also, one more thing, there are companies that are questionable. So one company that's huge, I'll give you an example, is Applegate. It's in a lot of health food stores, Whole Foods, health food stores all over the country. Applegate Naturals, that's like a little apple, like they sell lunch meats and things like that. They're owned by a bigger company, and I'm always weary of health companies owned by bigger companies, because one of the kind of trends that I've noticed, and my friend Nick Meyer from althealthworks.com, check out his website, awesome health stories, information on GMOs, vaccines, and the health industry and food industry, althealthworks.com, check it out, really good stuff. But anyways, learning from him and seeing the work that he's done and the stories that he's released, most companies that are health companies, whether it's a health meat, dairy, cheese, butter, whatever it may be, when they sell to a larger health conglomerate, a multinational health corporation, which happens a lot more often than you'd think, typically those products, the value decreases. And I can give you example after example after example. I think Applegate was one of those companies. They're owned by a larger health company now. I don't know if you're familiar with Honest Tea. If you've ever seen that in the store, it says Honest, and it's a tea company. They started Honest and Natural and all these different things. They actually had stevia in their tea, and then they sold to Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola phased that out, and now there's no more stevia in Honest Tea, and they're back to sugar, back to crap, basically. So there's nothing honest about it. So I think these big companies, obviously they have big market share and they can offer a lot of money to these smaller companies that are growing quickly. They want to cash in on this organic trend, but the quality of these products decrease substantially when acquired. So with that being said, do your research, do your homework. If you do buy meat, find a local farmer's market, or like a co-op or something like that. That'll help you in finding a better quality source. So check out the article below. Like I said, check out allhealthworks.com. I'll link his site up below too, so you guys can check out his work. Really great stuff. And yeah, I'll link everything up below. Thanks a lot for your time. Please like, favorite, comment, and share this video if you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next video. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free. Bye.